Alright, welcome guys. Welcome to Arma 3. This is the new Altis map, as you might have seen in my latest video. And today we're gonna be going over Kavala, which is basically the biggest city on this map. Just a quick reminder, this map is 270 square kilometers, if I'm correct, which is huge, absolutely huge. Compared to the Stratus map, which was the first map for Arma 3, it is about 13 times as big. And if you have played DayZ or Arma 2 in general, and if you've played on the Churner's map, this is about 2 times as big as Churner's. So we've got a lot of ground to cover. Today we're gonna be going over Kavala and the little town that's just up north, which is Agalochi or something. Let's check. Agalochori. Amazing names. But yeah, let's get this started. Okay, we're currently on the south side of town of Kavala, and we're gonna go check out this part for a little bit. I already have ridden through town a couple of times to check out what some interesting areas are, one of which is these, because they're just super wide open. You don't really have any cover if you gotta run from that side to this side. But then you also have these little areas to our left, where you have just walls everywhere, and even if you stand up straight, you can't really be seen that well. So let's just check real quick. Apparently I'm injured. As you can see right now, anybody that's on the other side of this wall cannot see you. Maybe if you move, but I'm still pretty sure you won't be seen. You can even duck down a little bit if you really have to. But I think that really creates some interesting close quarter combats. You have the same on this side. You can move right over here, move behind this wall, peek over. If you only can watch first person, you can peek along the side like this, leaning. Same over there. So let's quickly get back to our bike, our quad bike. This is another building that you have a couple of throughout town. Of course, all these houses are repetitive all across town, because it's, well, basically real life has that as well, and it will be super hard to make every house different. So we got this building, and I've gone through here a couple times because they're just super interesting. They're quite plain. There's a door right there which you can go out of. Let's just treat ourselves real quick to get that stupid icon out of our face, so we can walk the stairs properly. So let's get up, walk these stairs. Every floor is pretty much the same. You get a little bit of cover right here, and if you're standing out here, you pretty much don't have any cover. So I recommend you can camp here quite a bit. You can shoot out that way. Get a little bit of cover. You can cover that. You can cover that. Maybe if they're coming over the hill, you can cover that. And then there are a couple more floors to this building, which, like I said, are pretty much all the same, except this is a little bit different. You got a little bit of a balcony right here, which you have a lot of cover to fire any flanking enemies coming over the hill. You can see the ocean, pretty ocean. So I'm just gonna quickly go downstairs, get to my quad bike, and show you some more stuff. Okay, we're kind of closing in on the center of town. As you can see on the road right here is the guy that has shot off this quad bike. It's an ally, but I needed this quad bike, so I shut him off. My helicopter's right there. As you might notice when playing this map, you see a lot of close quarter combats and some more open areas. As you can see, beep. Where my helicopter is, super open, but then again in here it's pretty close quarters, especially if you go into these little backyard areas. And another thing to notice about all, well, not all, but most of the buildings, they all have windows at the front, so you pretty much don't have any cover when crossing the street or wanting to cross the street. You got a little bit of cover on the next floor, but they're kinda useless if the enemy is at that side and you're at that side and you have to go that way. If you understand what I mean. Then over here we got a little bit of a bridge. If you look to the right, it's all just dust and sand, and if you look to the left, you can kind of see some water from the ocean flowing in, which I think this area can create a little bit of nice combat, depending on how you play, where you play, obviously. There's a graveyard with a church right here, which should have a soccer field, or football field, I should say, right here. And of course, it really depends on how you play the game, which game mode you play. But if you play versus AI or make a single player or maybe even multiplayer mission, you can maybe set up a camp right here. It has, well, it's a nice big open area for a couple of tents, maybe helicopter or two, some cars. Well, maybe not cars. I'm not sure if they can get out. They should be able to get out. And then, or maybe you can park the cars here. It just really depends on your imagination. Then I want to go this way a little bit. You can see there's a construction building, which always creates some interesting combat opportunities. But this is what amazes me a lot. You might think it's super plain, super simple, there's nothing interesting about it, but if you kind of create a little story in your head, there's the enemy, or maybe your team, coming down this hill wanting to siege this town, this city, but you're kind of in a big open area, but there's still some foliage, some trees, plants and stuff to cover behind these amazingly tiny walls that you can lie behind. I think that if I was good at making missions, I would definitely use this area for something like it. Oh, and I wish I was a bit better at driving as well. Somebody help me, apparently I'm injured again. Even though I have set the radio completely down, I still hear it. I also have turned down the audio sounds, the audio from the game a lot, because really there's just so much noise coming from everything, especially quad bikes, super loud, helicopters, super loud. So I turned it down for you guys so you can actually hear me. I gotta check real quick. I wanna go there. See, I already went too far. It's not like a huge city. It feels pretty big compared to Stratus and maybe some DayZ or Arma 2 maps. But if you go through it, it's actually not that big. It just really, if they would make a city as big as like London or New York, they would be busy for a long time. So I already think this is an amazing map and city. Goodbye, lamppost. This is another interesting thing, interesting area. Let's quickly get off. What you can see right here, if there's a firefight in this general area, you have some decent cover right here, which you can still shoot out like that and come back behind cover. Or you can even go up a couple of stances, shoot over and then get back in cover. Just they did such an amazing job with this map, especially because like Altis, Stratus, they're kind of Greek islands. I'm not sure if they're actually real, but they're meant to be Greek islands, and they actually try realizing that using these ruins of some Greek architecture, and it's just so super amazing in my opinion. Let's get on the bike and go a little bit north, because we still got a little bit of Agalochori left to discover. Double hit Alt, free look. Again, some construction ruins, some pipes and stuff, a little bit of foliage. I just think that if there's just a mission based around this town, you can create a lot of action, and you wouldn't even need a complete map to have some interesting gameplay. And I'm gonna see if there are actually some missions, some interesting missions for Arma 3, or maybe some multiplayer missions. That would be amazing as well. Let's see if I can get some action going on this map and in this city. Yeah, like I told, there are a lot of open areas, but also a lot of close quarter combats. That's if you play some, like, I don't know, Counter-Strike or any first-person shooter that has some interesting maps, I think you can quite often see this. Just some walls. Well, of course you'll be looking like this. Some walls are like that, and then another way to go around, which is a big part of map making. In like Call of Duty, they actually think out how the maps are supposed to be depending on routes. And I'm not sure if they did that with Arma 3 or Arma 2 of any of the Arma series, but definitely some amazing city placements, building placements. I'm not sure what to call it, but yeah, I hope you guys like Kavala as much as I do. I hope you like Arma 3 as much as I do, and of course I hope you like this video. If you do, I would really appreciate it if you gave me an actual like on YouTube. And if you want to see more, which I'm definitely gonna be doing more videos of the rest of this map, click that subscribe button, so every time I upload a video you get to see it. Let's slowly drive towards the ocean to end this video, get some nice shots, and we're quad bikes, we can go off-road. Yeah, like I said, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.